Hi, I'm Hegmo, and I have a new shirt. Today, we'll be continuing our Prime Weapon series. So far, we've looked at Helheim, the Greatsword, and then we went off the beaten track a little bit to discuss Spalarisos, the Beastmaster Axe. This week, we'll slip back into the meta a little bit to discuss Foenaria, the Scythe for Dark Knights. In this series, we'll be showcasing the Prime weapons individually, generally looking at Stage 4 Primes for ease of access, and discussing their strengths and potential weaknesses. With this video, we'll have looked at 3 of the 16 primes, so we still have plenty more to come. If there's a weapon that you want to see, be sure to let me know down in the comments, and I'll do my best to prioritize it. Better yet, if you have a prime weapon yourself that you'd like to share your experience with, I'd love to hear how you're using your prime in Vana'diel. Back to Foenaria. Foenaria is a scythe which is usable only by Dark Knight, and let me tell you, this thing's busted. As far as stats go, at stage 4, Foenaria has 379 base damage, 513 delay, 30 strength, int accuracy and magic accuracy, 269 scythe skill, parry skill, and magic accuracy skill, and a unique 4% triple attack rate. At stage 5, these stats scale up even further with increased stats across the board, up to 400 damage, the consistent 513 delay, 35 strength, int accuracy, and magic accuracy, 277 of these skills, and then increased by 50% to a 6% triple attack rate. Like all primes, Foenaria has the hidden effect similar to relics, which activates at stage 4 with occasional double damage on the first round of your auto attack, upgrading to triple damage at stage 5, further boosting that white damage output. And then this is where things get nutty. Foenaria grants access to Origin, a single hit physical weapon skill with good strength and intelligence modifiers that, like most prime weapon skills, scales well with TP. And just like its brother Apocalypse with the weapon skill Catastrophe, it drains health based on the damage dealt. Unlike Catastrophe, it also drains MP if the enemy has MP to drain. Now, you might be thinking, wow, that's busted. So Dark's Prime heals them to full, restores their MP, granting them practically permanent sheer earring charges, constantly recharging HP as they're spamming out weapon skills. The damage is probably pretty low to compensate for all that busted additional utility, right? Wrong. The damage is also absolutely busted. Thanks to Dark Knight's native attack, weapon skill damage, and physical damage limit through traits and other sources, combined with all the attributes of Foenaria and Origin, this weapon skill just absolutely shreds, putting out frequent cap damage hits, healing the Dark Knight to full, draining MP if there's MP to drain. 10 out of 10. I don't have any complaints here. As far as skill chains go, Origin does self-skill chain to a 2-step fragmentation into a 3-step light. It can be infinitely chained to make compression chains, and even makes a light chain with Savage Blade. So if you're in a fight that isn't detrimental to light chaining, that additional damage is actually quite nice, with Savage Blade spam being quite frequent. In something like Dynamis, for example, this adds a little bit of damage to your output. As a general review, I'm going to go ahead and give this 10 out of 10 Hagmos. I can't say it enough. This thing is a great weapon. I know I tend to simp for my Helheim. It really puts in a lot of work. I love having it on my warrior and being able to swap over and use it on Dark Knight or Rune Fencer or even Paladin if I'm looking to meme a little bit. But if you're a Dark Knight and you're trying to decide which prime you want to make between the Greatsword and the Scythe, it's the Scythe. Foenaria is just stronger. Origin just hits harder. Origin provides more utility. It's an S tier weapon with an S tier weapon skill. No contest. This one goes out to all the Scythe Dark Knights over the years that have resisted the call of Caladbolg for so long. It's finally your time. Go be an edgelord. So, should you make Foenaria? If you're a Dark Knight main, absolutely. It's just good. If you're not a Dark Knight main, I might even recommend that you forget your main job and just become a Dark Knight main for this weapon entirely. Dark has always been in a pretty good spot in the meta, and with recent updates including the addition of Foenaria, Imperium +3, it just works even better. When our sortie group introduced a Dark into our group, our success rates just skyrocketed. The ability to suppress 2 bosses' TP generation for 30 seconds while boosting its own output with Soul Enslavement is massive. Being able to go into almost any encounter with 9,999 HP with a bursted drain is also wild. And to top it off, you're healing to full with every weapon skill you do with Origin. If you're a fan of Dark Knight and Scythes, then go ahead and make this, absolutely. I don't think you'll be disappointed. I hope you found this video informative. If you did, consider a like and a sub. I'm working to grow this channel, and I'm extremely thankful for all the support from the community thus far. I love Final Fantasy XI, and being able to make content that people enjoy on a game that I've been playing for 20 years is amazing. I stream Final Fantasy XI along with other games over at twitch.tv/Hegmo. Just last week, we did our very first cooking stream, which was a good amount of fun. I also joined some friends to play a Dungeons & Dragons one-shot. We had a ton of fun doing that as well. Shout out to White Paladin, a member of our community, for this amazing fan art featuring our Orc Fighter, Hegmo. From our D&D campaign. The full art is on our Discord of the entire party. I love seeing this stuff like this. If anybody else has some Hegmo fan art out there, just send it my way. I don't care what it is. If you want to join us in our adventure and chat in real time, feel free to drop into the Twitch at any time. And of course, if you'd like to continue the conversation elsewhere, you can always hop into the Hegmo Discord. Links for both those are down in the description. Until next time.